course, Dr. Lupo and Loser Fruit, two people you want to keep an eye on.
Yeah, Playboy Poo 69, I love that name as well. One of the guys from Peking Duck. We were having a chat to them earlier, trying to figure out how much Fortnite they've played, what their skill level's going to be. And to be honest, it didn't really seem like they had much of an idea. But I'm sure Dr. Lupo could probably 1v2 the majority of the competition here in the Pro-Am, knowing how good of a player he typically is.
Yeah, he's that good, that's for sure. I'm excited to see what Lupo can do. He's going to be sharing some shots here. Nice teamwork to kick things off. Meanwhile, we got Locky playing with OG Wolfless. Of course, we saw them have a strong showing in Game 1 that ended very unfortunately. Let's see if they can continue to go in Game 2, playing it as his favorite, the Elf.
Oh, Jakey and Astro Kitty down in the meanwhile. There's a few players involved in this one. 3 different teams, I think, by the looks of things. Jax managing to get rid of Afro Kitty. Who's going to come out ahead? It's an absolute cluster of fun right now down there in Westworld.
Rocket actually is going to end things for someone. Meanwhile, Chief Sync on board with Chief, one of the more reputable esports organizations in Australia. He's going to connect. Well played from Chief Sync to pick up some of the limbs.
He actually got both of those eliminations with that one rocket. The player that was knocked, I thought that was actually his teammate. I thought he built that wall to try and protect his teammate from perhaps getting thirsted, but in the end, that was his opposition. Marcus getting picked up quite nicely. Good job there from Sync. And that's what you want to see out of your pro player in that duo. They need to be the one to step up in that situation and really bring it home.
Yeah, and a lot of respect for Sync of Chief, who really performed in the $400,000 Pro Player Open tournament just moments ago. Performing again here too. Mitch Robinson, you talked about him. Let's check him out and see what he can do here. Some good movement from Mitch Robinson, a streamer and an AFL Pro player. We had a chance to meet him earlier. Awesome dude as well. He's going up against Loser Fruit. So we got battle of the Australian greats, one on the gaming side and one on the celebrity side. But it's going to be Mitch Robinson playing aggressive, and Mitch Robinson is going to take out Loser Fruit. What a statement.
Straight through the uprights from Mitch Robinson, I reckon there. He's obviously got Lyrical Phoenix, his teammate. And Loser Fruit, unfortunately not much for her to be doing there. Just outclassed a little bit by Mitch Robinson, getting that high ground early, getting that initial pump shotgun damage in, and they're able to follow up with a little bit of aggression from that. Nicely done. He's my player to watch. He's my boy. See how he goes through the rest of this one, but I've got a good feeling.
And hey, a lot of respect for Mitch Robinson, as I believe he's also the designated pro player this one, playing with an amateur player.
Exactly.
So pro in the AFL, apparently a pro in Fortnite now, and he's performing, playing with the Detroit Lions skin and the the American side of the football things, representing his Brisbane Lions.
Yeah, having a look at Bazza here. Looks like his teammate has been knocked down. Husky running around, causing a bit of a problem here in Lucky Landing. Right now, Bazza doesn't seem too concerned about picking his teammate up. Straight over to Loot Lake now, though, as Lockie and Wolfless, we talked about them a little bit earlier. Look at that ramp.
They're hunting some god ramps right there, which is when you build a wall, a ramp, and a floor. Makes it very hard to destroy those ramps, as they're very fortified. The more materials you use to build and the more pieces or objects that you place, the more fortification you have. That's why you see him building 3 at a time. Aggression.
Yeah, just trying to put that pressure on with the rifle. At the moment, the close range fight not going to be maybe too enjoyable here for Lockie, but he does at least have that pump. He's got the SMG to fall back onto, as opposed to the Deagle, which you traditionally want, and I guess you don't even need it at that point. 161, Emma. Unfortunately, things not going to go the way you want them to.
Well played from Lockie. Hunting this last player right now, going for the final elimination. Let's see if Lockie can do it. He got one. Lockie's going to get the second, and Lockie starts to pop off with a take the L dance. A double take the L dance coming from them.
Yeah, L squared by the looks of things, having a check up on who is grabbing all the eliminations in this game. Sync, he lost his teammate actually, Marcus, but they're sitting at 3 as a duo. Lockie and Wolfless, with those couple of kills, now sit themselves in 3rd as well, as far as those standings are concerned. So not too bad of a job from both of those guys, but Lockie in particular picking up the 2-piece.
You saw the interview with Valkyrie during Game 1 and Game 2. Now, Valkyrie trying to put on a show here for game number 2, as she is playing with her teammate, who's a YouTuber. See what Valkyrie can do. She flew all the way from Los Angeles for this. One of the biggest Fortnite streamers on Twitch TV. And Valkyrie now is looking to perform in front of this Australian audience.
Yeah, not a bad loadout by looks of things for her, but straight back over to Tilted. And again, looking at one of the EDG players, the player that's come across all the way from China. Definitely a bit of a menace.
Yeah, we got the Snake. We saw him win game number 5, I believe, of the Open tournament. Now the Snake, controller player as well. Let's see what the Snake can do in this.
Yeah, you're a big fan of those controller players right now. Red looking to be under a bit of pressure. He's got 20 HP, doesn't have any healing available to him. Does have that snowman, which in theory gives you a little bit of a boost in HP, but doesn't really let you do too much when you're in the snowman mode. So maybe not too useful right now in this battle.
Still looking over Tilted Towers. Snake right now holding high ground. doing a good job of just kind of waiting, getting some materials. Whoa, Snake's gonna actually get pushed. Oh no, sorry, that was Red, I believe. That gets pushed and knocked down. So a heads-up play for Cold, going for a very aggressive play.
All right, now Snake trying to clutch it out for his team, but he has got absolutely nothing to work with. 5 HP, just gonna be pumped in the face. Cold able to pick up another 2-piece for himself. And that'll put that specific duo up as well toward the top of at least this match so far. Now having a look across at how the circle is shaping up, how the Storm is moving over toward the eastern side of the map. So a lot of rotations now, but looks like the majority of the players have actually managed to already get themselves into safety.
And look at this, it's raining grenades from Cyper right now, an Australian pro player himself. He's gonna now try and get some shots in with some grenades, get some damage in, that is, sorry, but decides to back out and kind of reset here.
Look at that massive ramp. I hope the person up there has got a redeploy. Certainly do. Starting to see that more and more and more as we play now with this newer patch. People building just massive towers into the sky with absolutely no concern for their safety. They can just jump straight off.
Look how fast Cyper right now, the pro player in FORTNITE, is building this little tower, this fortress for himself. Oh, but it's going to be Frendo that gets tagged up.
Yeah, looks like he's been put under pressure. Thermal scope, one of my favorite weapons. 21 HP there for Cyper, and he actually just gets absolutely decked.
Meanwhile, it's King Kyrios. He's going to pick up an elimination at the bottom left of your screen. So Nick Kyrios performs here and gets one. On the other side of the map, we'll see what Nick can do elsewhere. We'll keep a close eye on the bottom left of your screen. You see the elimination feed.
Yep.
Right there, you see one popping up. That's one elimination picked up by Mao.
Well, Trapped trying to win this 1v1 so he can resurrect his teammate, get that revive going. Carnage.
Ooh. And keep in mind, if you're stuck in the storm, it does damage to you over time. So close to getting eliminated now. Frendo is knocked down in the storm, reviving his or her teammate right now. If Frendo gets revived, let's see if they can survive here.
Well, I don't know. He's got at least the med kit, got the bandages there as well, so they should be okay to just stall it out in that storm for at least a little bit, but you need to get back in straight away, and there's a long way to go into the next storm. Mitch Robinson still up alive here for his team, but his teammate Lyrical having a bit of trouble.
Ooh, looks like he's not going to be able to get to Lyrical Phoenix on time.
Don't think so.
So it is going to be Mitch Robinson left alone in this one. 2 eliminations for them. Let's see what Mitch Robinson can do here. He's just going to back out and reset, recognizing, hey, I am down to 1 versus 2. It's like we made the doubles reference earlier to tennis. Imagine losing your partner in the middle of that match.
Yeah, definitely not easy.
Reset.
Definitely not easy. Now, Lupo looks like he's still going all right with his teammate. That is, of course, one of the members of Peking Duck. Here comes Laser. Laser Beam, a big fan favorite here in Australia, obviously sitting in that snowman, the sneaky snowman. I'm not so sure how sneaky it's going to be when you're dancing like that. Maybe not the intended usage.
Well, some of our players coming over from Asia, looking to perform as well. They won game number 1. So far, it's been Asia on top in the Battle of Continents. A llama.
We actually haven't seen a llama all day, have we?
Our first loot llama of the day here is going to be on display, and that's some good luck, good fortune, if I say so myself. Always fun to see. You destroy that loot llama, you get some loot.
Ooh. Tricks down the bottom of the screen there under a lot of pressure. We've got one of the Korean players up the top of, well, what really is quite a substantial build battle here. Lupo in the meanwhile finding himself a couple of eliminations.
Great job by Lupo. I'm excited to see what Lupo can do. We haven't had a chance to spectate him a bunch. Nice shot right there from Do-Yan. Well placed and well done. So it looks like 2 eliminations are going to be picked up right there. They continue to roll.
Oh, Vondel going down just there on the screen as well. We've got another team setting themselves up in a 1-by-1. Let's jump on board with Dr. Lupo, another one of those fan favorites, of course, coming from overseas, much like yourself, Fallout. Having a look at his loadout, not too bad. He's got the purple pump. You'll be happy with that. And he also, we know, very, very much loves that hunting rifle. Does a lot of playing with that on his stream. So he'll be quite experienced with that particular weapon. I'm thinking Lupo's looking pretty good in this one.
Dr. Lupo coming from Nebraska.
Oh, lasers down.
There it is. Well, it's going to be Locky that takes out Laser. So battle of the Australian legends in the FORTNITE side of things. Lupo's still alive, though. I'm excited to see if we're going to see a Lupo versus Locky fight eventually. But Locky and OG Wolfless continue to roll here. Very well done from Locky.
Locky pushing on forward, leading from the front. It's actually Wolfless, though, that has managed to get that knockdown. And the elimination now finally onto Viney as well. Frendo chiming in with a couple of eliminations for himself. Seeing those eliminations start to pop up more and more regularly as the circle starts to shrink in on towards what looks to be Retail Row. Dusty Divot still in there as well.
Looks like I just got word Frendo is a random audience member that had a chance to play here today.
There you
what
go.
an honor that would be. And Frendo is performing Nice luck of the draw there from Friendo. Awesome to see as well.
Hey, maybe it was someone that tried to sign up for the top 500, didn't quite make it, but they've managed to make their way here in the Pro-Am.
It goes to show, you got to show up to these events. It's not only awesome to meet some of your favorite streamers, pro players, friends, and celebrities, but it's also an opportunity to potentially play and have some fun. So you got to show up first to make that happen.
Exactly. Got to take every opportunity.
On screen for the very first time is Musel.
Yeah.
One of the more outspoken streamers, one of the funniest streamers in Fortnite, in my opinion, as he's flying a Stormwing right now and trying to stay alive.
Going for that X2 twin strategy. Chilling out like an absolute villain at the top of the map. And right now onto the top of Dusty Divot. Milfy, again, this is the team that actually won in the last Pro-Am round. A team to keep an eye on. They picked up a couple of eliminations each. Or an elimination each, couple total. Now Call the Peach goes down.
Milfy getting his Thloifo on with skin. He's going to pick up one. Thriller going to go down from the likes of Milfy, who has just been such a force to be reckoned with. A Korean pro player is really showing the skill level that Korea as a country has, and Asia, of course, as a continent. We saw it in the Korean Open, how great some of these players are. I've seen some clips pop up on Twitter of some of these players, some montages, and oh my goodness, a lot of these Korean and Asia continental players are amazing at Fortnite.
Yeah, absolutely. You give them a year to run with the game and they are going to probably be the best in the world, generally speaking.
Of course, they dominate the League of Legends side of things.
Yeah, maybe
Overwatch and other games, but of course, Fortnite is a different beast, and we see them very good players in Fortnite. One thing that's great is we have the Fortnite World Cup coming up soon.
Exactly.
Last year, Epic Games announced $100 million in prize pool for the best Fortnite players in the world. But yep, you see it there. Mitch Robinson does get taken out. Very excited for the Fortnite World Cup in 2019. These events will be coming up soon here in 2019. More details to come.
Yeah, I think that's definitely going to be something that, I mean, everyone really wants to be involved in, whether you're a player, whether you're an organization, a team, you've got friends, everyone just wants to jump in there. Blocky under some pressure there, actually gets just decimated by Spoiling, who now has to deal with another team. Twisty jumping on in there, but it looks like Spoiling and his teammate Quickshot's going to come away with the best of it.
Spoiling, of course, won heat number 1 or heat number 2 of the qualifiers yesterday for the Pro Open tournament, showing up in the Pro-Am as well. Really puts the name pro and professional, that's for sure. Spoiling's been playing very, very well all day long. Meanwhile, Cold CN, I believe that's of Edward Gaming, a reputable esports organization in Asia.
Chinese organization, very, very well known. Obviously picking up a couple of the professional players for themselves. Looks like Cold would like to jump onto this rift.
They're not going to jump in it.
No, they're not going to actually. They don't need it for the rotation. They're actually sitting inside the storm, so they're okay, they're fine.
So for those that don't know, or maybe watching Fortnite for the first time, that rift right there that you saw will actually teleport you to the sky and allow you to glide and change your position. But they like the position that they were in. They were in a good situation, and now keep an eye on Dr. Lupo, who's still alive in this one. He's been casting and holding it down on the microphone all day long. Now he's holding it down on the keyboard and mouse as well. Dr. Lupo, one of the top players in Fortnite.
We know he's a very competitive fellow as well. He's really, really keen to pick up the victory here in the Pro-Am. Mr. Fresh Asian copying a couple of shots in his direction from our boy Lupo. But no elimination just yet. Only the one there for Lupo. So no points on the board for them here in the second round of the Pro-Am.
I was going to say it earlier, but a quick plug for Lupo. He's the 3rd most followed person on Instagram in Nebraska. So let's help this man get to #1 in
Claim
Nebraska.
to fame.
Claim to fame. It's a pretty cool claim to fame, but let's get him to #1. How about that?
I wonder if they know that Victor and his teammate are sitting in this little building, because they haven't been making any noise. They've just been sitting there chilling.
Yeah, look at this.
And Lupo's literally right underneath them.
Victor's probably telling him, saying, hey, stay silent, stay sneaky. Lupo, you can tell, is just doing a great job commanding the troops here.
Oh, here we go.
Peekaboo. It's going to be a game of hide and seek here. There's going to be 2 people that are going to be right in their face. Lupo trying to get some shots in. Was not expecting that. A trap's going to go down. Lupo trying to hit some shots to connect. But no, he's
Lupo's down.
And that's going to be all she wrote for Dr. Lupo and his teammate, wow, from Peking Duck.
Peking Duck. Maybe they didn't actually know that Victor and Guys I'm Vegan were just chilling in that roof there. I think they might have got caught off guard a little bit. Lupo, unfortunately, going to be knocked out there of the second round of the Pro-Am. Starting to see a few players now rotate in towards Victor and Co. A1 beats one of the professional Australian players that we saw in the top 100. Just rotating around. Not seeing him just yet. Mr. Fresh Asian still involved as well. Copper up there on the high ground.
Meanwhile, Vicstar deploying an interesting strategy with his teammate. They're playing just passive. They're content with hiding in an attic and popping out a little peekaboo action on Dr. Lupo, who probably just got a heart attack, or a near heart attack from that surprise in the attic. Nice job by Vicstar. And guys, I'm a vegan for coming out with the victory there in that little mini battle.
Oh. Grenade launcher starting to put some pressure on. Mr. Fresh Asian looking for some more eliminations. We saw him a bit of a superstar in those top 100s, trying to really put in some work and doing much the same here in the Pro-Am. 3 eliminations for him, 3 eliminations for JXN as well. 5 total.
Big star. Doing a great job against Ali Georgopoulos.
Yeah, now this is a very nice loadout. I would be very pleased to have that, especially late game. Obviously lacking some rockets for that grenade launcher, but gold SMG. We've got a gold pump shotgun as well. Those are 2 really, really strong weapons when we get into that close range. JXN also suffering the brunt of that blue rifle.
Yeah. As a Greek, I'm sad to see Georgopoulos get taken out there, but Vicstar's going to get actually stoned from across the map. But you're right, is a headshot. That, of course, is going to hit for multiplier damage. So Vicstar goes down, all up to his teammate now, as he should be getting revived here.
That's actually really crucial because that was Mr. Fresh Asian that actually got that knock onto Vicstar, which allows him to pick up his teammate just in time for that storm to come in, keeping his teammate alive. That's huge. Great to see.
And Mr. Fresh Asian, a fan favorite here today, professional Fortnite player and streamer entertainer, has really put on a show for a lot of people here.
Absolutely, getting that ramp, getting that high ground.
Oh, no.
He knows where Vicstar is. Oh, Vicstar's knocked, and both of them are down. 2 eliminations for Mr. Fresh Asian, making a 6 total for himself individually. 8 for the team, 8 for the duo. These boys are popping off.
Yeah, Renegade's very own Mr. Fresh Asian is going to do it. He's going to take out Vicstar, and that's going to be all she wrote for Vicstar's chances. But again, my hat goes off to Vicstar. Big fan of his and everything that he does as a awesome Fortnite content creator coming all the way from England.
Yeah, 8 eliminations, that is a lot. The next closest for this entire round, 6 from Lockie and Woofles, but they've both been eliminated.
Yeah. Meanwhile, RNG X2 twins still alive. You see that with 3 eliminations at the top of your screen. I believe that's Jordan, the other twin that we didn't have a chance to watch in the open. Let's see what Jordan can do.
Hey, I was a big fan. I was hoping he was going to do well.
As a fellow Jordan, huh?
Yeah, I was hoping he was going to be the #1. He was going to pop out to take the L. And unfortunately, none of that. But EDG, bit of EDG on EDG action as Cole takes down Driver. Mate against mate. That's what we like to say here in Australia.
Mr. Fresh Asian currently sitting nice and pretty with 6 eliminations, 2 for his teammate.
So, I mean, look at that loadout as well. You got all legendary weapons. You got a heavy sniper. You've got the pump shotgun. You've got the legendary SMG. You've got some pots there as well, some minis. I mean, what more could you really want this late in the game?
Meanwhile, Cold of Edward Gaming is going to fly in here like a bat out of a cage and try to pick up some eliminations if Cold can. A lot of action heating up here. Look how small this circle is. It's going to get nice and tight. A lot of close corners here in this end game as you still see 25 players alive at the top left of your screen.
Oh, the waterfall down needs to get off that high ground. Still a lot of materials here.
Look at this.
For the X2 twins.
Fast gameplay. Awesome stuff from one of the X2 twins right there, showing his skill and his ability to edit.
Yep, Beat's not in a bad spot either. Up on that high ground, just has a little bit of a peek. Seeing what he can see. Spoiling actually looks like he's got the highest position right now in the circle. His teammate's still alive as well. They're having a good game too. That heavy sniper rifle, legendary.
Ooh, wouldn't want to lose that one.
Yeah. To be fair, he does only have the 1 rocket. Yeah. That's a big
legendary
shot.
RPG, and that's going to connect for a lot of damage. Nice job right there by Spoiling. Look at this, fast gameplay from Spoiling. With his last rocket in the RPG, he's going to pick up some nice damage.
Getting that campfire down for Mr. Fresh Asian, trying to heal up as much as possible. I think maybe more so for JXN's benefit than his own.
Yep. And that cozy campfire, awesome item. Actually gives you the ability to heal in a radius, in an area of effect, so your teammates can get healed as well. Rumor has it, I believe I saw something on Reddit, that it's going to be all the campfires throughout the map will be able to be lit soon, and you can actually use those as campfires as well to heal up.
Oof. Yeah, I thought that was a cool idea. I always walk past them thinking, man, I wish I could light this one, but maybe now, or maybe in the future at least, we're going to be able to do that. Still on board with Mr. Fresh Asian and his teammate JXN, who's found his 3rd elimination, so 9 now. Well, that duo, that is a monstrous amount of eliminations.
It is. Keep in mind, if they destroy that piece of cover that's connecting, the connecting piece between the cover at the end of that, it's actually going to drop everything. So we'll see if they can do that here on board with Mr. Fresh Asian right now. And yeah, it'd be awesome to light campfires. Think back to the Dakotas and CD on the 3rd video of them trying to do that when campfires came out.
Well, this is really getting into the late game situation now where we're going to see those build battles, those ultra high grounds, the low grounds, everyone trying to jostle for positioning. Still 17 alive. That circle is getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
Oh, someone's above them though. so not necessarily knowing their surroundings, and it's going to be an elimination picked up right there. Look at this. Again, one of the teams coming over from Asia has ultimate high ground. They have a huge advantage. They can just rain down bullets and firing power from above.
Beats just trying to sneak into that low ground, trying to find anyone that he can get behind, get a free elimination, but doesn't spot too much. Just bunkers down, turtles up. That's what you need to be doing. Mr. Fresh Asian still looking good here, leading the way for his teammate, building along the way as well. JXN helping him out there with an elimination onto X-Men from Newbie.
He is on a mission right now. Mr. Fresh Asian playing with such aggression, and he's going to pick up another one. Look at the performance. Mr. Fresh Asian, perhaps one of the few Aussies left in this late game with a lot of the players coming from Asia, is representing the entire nation right now. His teammate is down. He's in a bad spot. Can Mr. Fresh Asian do it? Can he stay alive long enough with the country on his back?
Oh!
He's going to do it. He connects for an elimination.
That is absolutely nuts from Mr. Fresh Asian. I want to point out, in the heat, he was the player that got the most eliminations in a single game. 11 was where he hit. Now at 8 right now, 12 total for the duo.
Unbelievable.
Has a chance to
clutch
this one out.
3 players left. Mr. Fresh Asian showing his skill, is building. He just retook high ground some way, somehow. Mr. Fresh Asian gains control of the highest point on the map here, and now he's in a great position, but he doesn't even want to stay high ground. He wants nothing but an elimination. He wants to end this one. It's going to be him in a 1 versus 1. It all comes down to this. Mr. Fresh Asian misses the shot. He's going to want that one back, but it's not over yet.
Yeah, he still has that high ground, and he also has the health advantage. Gets the shot across, and Mr. Fresh Asian finds the victory royale. 14 eliminations.